So welcome back guys to a brand new video. Now today it is time to talk about ARK 2. Something I didn't think I was going to be talking about for a while, but I thought I would just cover everything that's going on with the game. I did say I don't think I was going to make a video on ARK 2 until like 2024, but I still get a lot of questions on my channel like every single day saying, Dom, what's the plan with ARK 2? Is it still happening? Do you think it's still happening? And I'm basically going to round that all into today's video, especially about how the devs responded to a recent leak on a release date. So if you guys do enjoy today's video, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel as it supports me so much, and let's get in with the video. So, ARK 2 was first announced at the Game Awards 2020. It was probably one of the most exciting live streams I've ever done in my life. It's one of my most memorable moments of my YouTube channel. I think we had about 6,500 people in the live stream at the time, which was the most I've ever had over the time. And there's a video of the stream on YouTube and I went crazy. I couldn't believe it. You know, I knew that there was meant to be some ARK stuff. It was just so exciting, and generally like I just remember I couldn't contain my smile. And everyone in the chat was going crazy as well. It was cool. So we were told ARK 2 was coming out in 2022, which was probably couldn't be any further from the truth, as we're currently mid-July of 2023. We then were told at the last year in June, so just over a year and a month ago, we were told that ARK is coming in 2023 after another huge delay. And we saw the trailer at the Xbox and Bethesda 2022 show. And I wasn't too bothered. I expected the delay. I was excited to saw the new trailer. And then obviously we got the most recent roadmap, which completely delayed ARK 2 and Studio Wildcard's plans to release the game at the end of 2024. Now recently there was a leak saying that ARK 2 was meant to be coming in spring 2025, and Wildcard actually responded to it. So the ARK 2 studio says reported spring 2025 release date is just a typo. So, Support Studio Digital Domain reported a big ARK 2 delay, but the main developer says it has no idea why. So, Studio Wildcard says ARK 2 isn't being delayed till spring 2025, despite seemingly conflicting information from Support Studio Digital Domain. The company, the production company, which is intimately involved in all aspects of ARK 2, reported a delay to spring 2025. In its latest annual report. However, in an email to Games Radar Plus, which is the website that reported on this, a spokesperson from Studio Wildcard says the developer has no idea where that came from. In a follow-up email, the spokesperson said the release date is likely just a typo. So as of recently March this year, Studio Wildcard announced an ARK 2 delay to the end of 2024 for the betterment of the final product and the team's well-being. The most recent delay was attributed to the developer's relatively lack of familiarity with Unreal Engine 5, and if this latest information from Digital Domain does wind up being ARK's I couldn't even speak, just basically ARK 2's launch plans, it would be the fourth ARK 2 delay since the sequel was announced, and the second in about a month. So what also could be happening here is simply that ARK 2 is technically coming out in spring 2025, but it will arrive in early access late 2024 as originally planned. That logic would technically check with official statements from Studio Wildcard and this new report from Digital Domain. Still, that wouldn't explain why it sounds like Studio Wildcard is out of the loop of its own game. And again, it will equally be it's equally possible this really was a typo blown out of proportion, and the game will arrive next year as previously announced. So when we aren't reporting on like ARK 2 delays, they usually sort of are looking like, you know, covering really positive things about the game. But yeah, so that was the most sort of recent information to the leak of ARK's release date being spring 2025. Apparently it's just a typo. And yes, it could also be the fact that ARK 2 will come out at the end of 2024. It's going to be in early access. 100 million % it's going to be in early access. I have no thought that it will not. It'll be the full game. No chance. If Studio Wildcard are re-releasing ARK Survival Evolved as ARK Survival Ascended, and that's going to be in early access until end of 2024, there is no chance ARK 2 will not be in early access. I don't think Studio Wildcard will ever release a game fully that isn't in early access. I think it's sometimes a way to get away with a few things. I don't mind a game like ARK being in early access because it is a survival game. Things get added to it and things change over time. But it's this whole early access thing with the ARK Survival Ascended for me was just way too far. I guess it's because there's mods and they're trying out new systems like that. So I understand that's probably why they needed the early access thing. But yeah, ARK 2 is still originally planned in the most recent news for it, so after careful consideration, we've decided to delay the sequel's launch to the end of 2024, when it will still launch exclusively on Xbox, Games Pass, and the Windows distribution platforms and Steam PC. We've put much thought into delaying ARK 2 for the betterment of the final product and the team's well-being. This news will be disappointing to many, and we feel it too, but we're confident this heavy decision is the right one. So why the delay? Our goal is to make ARK 2 the best game it can be and provide a truly exceptional and rewarding experience for players. Unreal Engine 5 is incredibly new technology to all of us and developers, and we aim to use this cutting-edge tech to its fullest potential while creating a game with never before achieved scope at Studio Wildcard. As we learn more about the engine and develop the sequel, we have adapted our workflows and adjusted our pipelines to accommodate this next generation, Unreal Engine 5. And because of everything that involves, we need more time for development. We sincerely apologize for this delay and generally appreciate your understanding. Your support and passion are vital to us, and we will continue to work intensively to deliver the ultimate next-gen dinosaur survival experience. With that in mind, we do not plan to showcase any gameplay /screenshots /videos of ARK 2 this year. However, we intend to keep you informed and engaged in the development process by regularly showcasing more ARK 2 assets in the month ahead, leading to our gameplay reveal next year. But our desire to push the boundaries of what ARK 2 is on next generation platform has led us to the decision to create an Unreal Engine 5 ARK product utilizing some of the new technology we are building, which is obviously ARK Survival Ascended. We also recognize that ARK 2 has some pretty significant design changes from the original game, which may not make it as appealing to everyone. Looking at you, Souls-like combat, primitive-only weaponry, and strict third-person mechanics, and overall a very serious tone, which we feel why it's essential to provide players with a fully next-gen version of the original experience to ensure fans can continue to enjoy the ARK they know and love for years to come. We're thrilled to share this new ARK journey with you this year, bringing players from PC, Xbox, and PlayStation together in a next-generation version of the game you love, topped off with revolutionary cross-platform modding. So, that's pretty much where we are with ARK 2. Survival Ascended got delayed to October, so hopefully, that won't get delayed again. But ARK definitely could do with having a change of... having a change with these delays. I think, I understand things take time, but I think the one thing Studio Wildcard could do to improve is if they can start hitting deadlines and dates for when they announce, and the community will generally be so appreciative of it. I always feel like Studio Wildcard say, well, thank you so much for your support. Everyone in the community is amazing. And we are. And they say, we're the best community ever. But sometimes I do feel like they need to be a little bit more loving to us and show us a little bit more compassion, because at the end of the day, if you don't have your players, your game's nothing. So I feel like these sort of delays is just really unfair on people. I've known people that have booked long periods of work off to play new content, and it's not come out, and they've just then not been able to play it. I've known people that have just different things that just make the community feel disrespected. I always feel like moving forward, if ARK 2 could hit its dates, I understand I don't work in game development, but I do know that I am in the gaming community and I look at a lot of games and I see a lot of studios that don't tend to delay things anywhere as near as Studio Wildcard. But anyway, that's enough ranting about that. Thank you for watching today's video. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in my next video very soon.